Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for following this tutorial series. Today we are going to go through the second part of our section 1 where we learn how to turn on the lights using keyboard buttons. So last week we have learned how to create a spotlight blueprint and we learned how to turn it on and off using a keyboard button L and K. And then today we are going to learn how to change the bulb material, because what happened is we already have a light blueprint. However, the bulb right now is made out of glass material. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's made out of glass. So what I'm going to do is whenever I turn on the light, the bulb will change to a emissive material. So this may not be very obvious in a hanging light like this, but if you have a lamp that has an exposed bulb, it will look more realistic if you can change the material from a glass material to a emissive material. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing that I'm going to do right now is to create a bulb blueprint. I'm going to create a blueprint for the static mesh of the bulb. So I'm going to select the bulb right now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a blueprint. Okay, and let's put it under our blueprint folder and let's call it bulb underscore blueprint. Okay, so once we created, it will be a blueprint will be created here. So what we can do right now is there are two bulbs in the map right now. I'm going to replace them with the blueprint that I created instead of the static mesh. This one is already it has been converted into a bulb blueprint, but for this particular one, it is still a static mesh, so I need to change it into a blueprint right now. Okay, so we can't just change it into a blueprint choosing the static mesh. So what we have to do right now is we need to drag this out, okay, and we just copy the locations 245.106.207.9 into the blueprint and delete off this bulb. Okay, let's just do that right now. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the location, and I'm going to delete this original mesh and replace this with the blueprint. Okay, so now both your bulb is blueprinted now. Okay, and right now I'm going to show you how to actually change the bulb material. Let's continue. Okay, so now that I have both bulbs already changed to a blueprint, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the level blueprint. Okay, and I'm going to basically again set the references into my level blueprint for this two bulb. Not sure if I can do that. Okay, I need to select it individually. So create a reference. Okay, so I have the reference to these two bulb right now. And as you can see, what is happening is whenever I press L, I want the blueprint to affect these two bulbs. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I don't want to create a chain of blueprints to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of array. Basically, array is like a container to contain a list of all these blueprint references. So and from there I can use one command to affect all of the blueprint. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Okay, so right now I'm going to create an array. So let's just call the command make array. Let's see if I can find. There you go, make array. And then I'm going to add two elements here because there are two bulbs. So if I have 10 bulbs, I'm going to make 10 elements. Okay, so this array will store the two bulbs here. It will act as a container for these two bulbs. Okay, so I'm going to make this array. All right, and then how do I loop through these bulb blueprints? What I'm going to do then is I'm going to call out a for each loop. Okay, so what this for each loop will do is to run through every single blueprint in this array. So when I attach this array to this node, and let's say now when I execute, I press L, okay? So I'm going to bring this together with L when I turn on the light bulb. So what it will do is, when I press L, I will set the visibility of the light bulb to yes, and I will run through the array, and for each of this light bulb, I will execute the particular action that I want. In this case, I want to change the material. Okay, so that is how we use array, and I'm going to do the same thing, and then for the M as well. So this one is to set the material. This particular one is to set the material for from glass to emissive, and then we're going to do another one where we're going to set the material from emissive to glass. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so right now I'm going to continue. Basically, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the material by using a set material node. Okay, let's see if I can find a set material node. Okay, so this will be a static mesh component, right? And then we can use the array element as an exit node to the entry node of the static mesh component. So this is how we set up the set material. And then after that, we're going to change the material to emissive, right? But before we continue, basically we have an element index. This will have to be filled in as well. If you look at my bulb blueprint, the material that I really want to change is this third material, element 3, right? I'm going to change it from M glass to M emissive. Yeah, so I need to indicate that it is an element 3. So in this way, you can set multiple different kind of changes to different kind of material. But for this particular case, we just want to change the glass material to emissive. And I will also do the same to this for my button M. Okay, so let's do this. And for this one, element index 3, and material, I'll change it back to glass. Okay, let's compile and let's continue. Okay, so once that is done, let's test out our blueprint. Okay, so let's press play, and the L button will turn on the light while the M button will turn it off. Okay, so let's look at the bulb right now. It's turned off, light is turned off, the bulb is glass. When I press L, the bulb turns to emissive and the light is turned on. Okay, when I turn off the light, the bulb changed back to glass. Okay, so that is how we can change the material. It's very simple. Thank you so much for following the tutorial. Thank you so much from following our channel. Next week we will continue with a more advanced stuff like how to turn the doors and how to add user interface buttons in using UMG. So thank you so much once again. If you like the channel, please subscribe to it. If you have any questions at all or any comments on how we can improve the video, on how we can do certain things, please leave a comment in the video and we will try our best to answer as much as possible. So once again, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much and goodbye.